Hello, everyone. Welcome to this month's BizEssentials webinar. Hello, I'm Amy Stark, Director of Administration for FCSI the Americas. We're excited to have you here this month again, as we have been all of last year and getting ready to do again in 2021. I have a couple of announcements before we get started. Our second episode in the On Tap series went live yesterday. This week's guest star is Tara Schroeder, Executive Principal at Ricka Design Group, located in Denver, Colorado. You can view all of our On Tap videos on the FCSI the Americas YouTube channel or listen to them on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. New episodes appear every Tuesday. For today's webinar, please use the Q&A feature on your screen to submit any questions that you might have for Beth. If you miss anything on today's webinar or want to rewatch previous episodes, you can do that either through our FCSI YouTube channel or on our website. And now, to get us started, our first sponsor this month is Continental Refrigerator, and we'll hear a bit from them right now.
Energy efficient solutions with Continental Refrigerator, recognized for innovation in energy efficient product design and an outstanding commitment to Energy Star education. Our refrigeration systems combine innovation and versatility with the Continental Refrigerator quality you've come to expect. Continental is not only building better units, but also smarter products, providing greater energy efficiency and reliability. In addition to converting to a greener alternative, R290 hydrocarbon refrigerant, we have researched, tested, and built into our product components such as compressors, condensing fans, condensing coils, expansion valve systems, evaporator coils, and motors. Continental Refrigerator also prides itself in delivering feature-rich, flexible solutions that provide real operator benefits right out of the box. Since 1989, Continental has earned a reputation for innovation and excellence through our commitment to teamwork, energy-efficient product strategies, and to our policy of always placing customer satisfaction above all else. Our products are American-made, designed for flexibility, engineered for food safety, and tested for optimal performance. It's not just about building a product, it's about building a product that lasts in real kitchen environments.
Okay. And now I'd like to say thank you to Continental Refrigerator for their support. I'd like to welcome today's speaker, Beth Z. Since her first Motorola RAZR flip phone, Beth has made a verb out of the word nerd. Beth has been featured on best speaker lists by several organizations that write best speaker lists. She has written a whole shelf of books on apps and has spoken to more than 100,000 audience members. Welcome, Beth.
Oh, thank you so much. I am going to make sure that my head is big. Everybody, please, if you can, everything that I'm going to be doing is in this little box. I am not going to be sharing my screen. So make your screen as big as possible so that you can see everything that's going on. And reminder that you should look in the Q&A if you want to contact us and me and everybody and say hi, because I know there are a lot of people out there I know and love. Nice to see you again, even though I'm alone in my house. All right, here is the deal. I was talking to Wade and the FCSI group and everybody, and they said, we want something special. We want something you've never done before. We want you to create a session just for us about New Year's resolutions. And I'm like, what? Sure, why not? So this has never been seen before, never been done before. It is just for y'all. Now, I think we're going to finish this in about 40 minutes of content. So, what I want you to do is play Stump the Nerd at the end. So, I'm going to talk about the most common and the most cited New Year's resolutions. But what is your New Year's resolution and how can I help? I will try to come up with apps specifically for what you are hoping for your New Year's resolution. So, put them in the Q&A and let's get started. I also am using some special Julio Delio stuff that I haven't used before and it might break. So there you go. All right. This is what this is based off of. This is a group called YouGov, and they did a survey of people. Now, this was the survey of 2019 goals for 2020. So some of it kind of cracks me up. But you know, the New Year's goals for this year were like finding enough toilet paper. So this was a better one. All right, let's get started with one that most of us have had on our list at one time or another throughout the years. It is to exercise more. So let me show you a new tool for exercising more. This one, I'm sorry, I just want to say, Apple people, some of these are just for you. Android people, don't be mad at me. Don't hate the messenger. I'm trying to get things that are very well balanced, and we have some of them. But this one is an Apple tool because it won App of the Year for 2020 from Apple. And what it is, I'm going to go ahead and click. We'll go to the Apple Store and show you what it looks like. It's not your regular exercise tool. It's mini exercises, MINI, not MANY, like some of the crazy ones, but it's little exercises based on where you are. So it's exercises for when you're going to bed, exercises for your desk when you're at your desk. And they're very short, right? They're not your regular length where you're having to spend an hour. It's 12 minutes that you have at your desk or right before you go to bed. They're short, they're different, and it really gained a lot of momentum in the past year, especially when Apple recognized them. All right, let's go to number 2. And number 2, unsurprisingly, is related to some of the others that we have. Number 2 is to save money in the new year. I can't tell you how much I love this app. It's crazy. I have saved hundreds, maybe even over $1,000 just by using this app. And I don't even use it but once every 6 months. It's GoodRx. And what GoodRx does, you just download it. You don't even have to register. You just download it on your phone. And then when you go to the pharmacy, it does a couple of different things. Number one, if you've got a regular prescription, you get filled a lot. You just look it up and it'll show you the pharmacies around here. Like, let's say, I don't even know what some of these are. I'll do Zoloft. Let's say I'm looking for Zoloft in my area. It will look around in my area and tell me how much things are. So even before I leave the house or while I'm there at a pharmacy, I can get that sale. But there's more than that. And this is the way I've actually saved the money from it. When I go to a pharmacy, like for example, I had to get some eye drops that I've never had to do before, and they were stupid expensive. So it was like $250. And so I was like, let me just check GoodRx. And GoodRx has pharmacy coupons built in and manufacturer's coupons built in. So I'm not kidding you. It was $250 for eye drops, but all I did was look it up on GoodRx, and I found a coupon that got it for me for like $40. Seriously, right there. And I didn't have to register. So I'm just showing them the manufacturer's coupon. They scan it. Everybody's happy, and I get hundreds of dollars. And I'm not kidding you when I said that I have saved almost $1,000 just by having this on my phone. Here is another one. Now, okay, you might get mad at this tool, and here's why. It's called Rakuten, and Rakuten bought a couple of other companies. There's a company called Slice that it bought, and it bought a company called Unroll.me. And what Rakuten does is it aggregates data from all these different places and sells it to advertisers to get the advertisers to know what their competitors are doing, right? The big one was Unroll.me, which y'all may have heard me talk about before. It's that tool that helps you manage your email subscriptions. So you go to Unroll.me and you sign up, and it gathers all your subscriptions in one place, and it'll help you digest them or unsubscribe. So Rakuten bought Unroll.me, and then somebody realized that Unroll.me was looking at your aggregate receipts and reporting back to the company called Slice, which would slice the data and sell it to competitors. So the reason they found out about it was, y'all remember Uber used to be Uber bad, right? They were the bad guys for a while. So if you're not up on geek knowledge, some of this stuff might have passed you by. I don't know. But Uber was in trouble for a while for some of its practices. And one of them was to get this information. And so Rakuten and Unroll.me and Slice were feeding Uber information about Lyft and its competitors. So anyway, Rakuten got in a lot of trouble, and Unroll.me got in a lot of trouble because they said you're not putting that information out there as much for us to understand what you're doing with the data. That being said, if you're okay with giving away your data, which I am, then this tool is amazing. Rakuten is a Chrome plugin, and every place you go, it'll look inside itself to find all the coupons for that site, right? So you go somewhere and there exists in the world somewhere a 30% off coupon. It'll go through all the somewheres to give you that 30% coupon to put right there. Now there's another one called Honey, and it's joinhoney.com. I think PayPal just bought them. And it's the same concept where you go to a site, it analyzes when you get to the checkout where the coupons are. But the reason I like Rakuten a little bit more is not only does it do all that, it has a whole bunch of places where you can buy, where you actually earn money or save money. And I've gotten a check from them for like $60 because I bought some furniture through there, and they actually sent me a check. So not only do they save you money, but you can earn money cash back. But again, they're using your data to analyze what you're buying, but you're trading that for savings. Sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes people are angry. Depends on who you are. All right, let's go back to the list and look at number 3. And number 3 is one of my favorites: to eat better, to eat more healthy foods. Well, bless your hearts. If y'all want to do this, go right ahead. Calorie Mama is fascinating. Calorie Mama lets you scan a plate with the camera app in Calorie Mama, and it actually tells you what's on your plate and does the nutritional analysis. I call this hashtag helpful but creepy. So Calorie Mama's been around a long time. Now, some of you may be really interested in things like My Fitness Pal, which is kind of an all-in tool. It's got my running pal, my fitness pal, and my sitting on the couch pal. I don't really know. But those kind of integrate all kinds of metrics with the eating and the exercise into one. I got a question during this, so I'm going to go ahead and address it. Thank you, Jim. The Good RX app is a bit ambiguous regarding the benefit and cost of a paid membership versus the free app. Any thoughts? I don't have any thoughts because I've saved so much money with the free app that I don't know why I would need the membership. So I find it fascinating. I didn't even have to register. That's what I love the most. They're not tracking me because I'm not registered with them, and I can just use it and get the coupon. So I haven't used the paid one. If anybody has, please speak up because we'd love to hear your experience. All right. So now y'all can get out there and work on that whole eating thing that's going on in your life. This is another award winner, Chris Helmsworth. That's a good start. It's called Center, CENTR, and it's Chris Helmsworth's healthy food and exercise app. And I don't know why, but people like it. No, it actually was one of those that came out. I think it was a People's Choice for the Google Play Store for the apps of 2020, and it might even gotten an award from Google Play itself. But it's worth checking out if you really want to get a hold of these types of bigger picture tools in your New Year's resolutions. And you get Chris Helmsworth. So kind of can't lose. All right, let's go back to our countdown and go to the next category. Here we have reducing stress. Reducing stress. Now, let me be honest here. It's interesting. I have a lot of speaker friends, and of course, the past year has been very, very challenging because all of our gigs disappeared, our in-person gigs disappeared, and some of us, embrace the nerdiness of speaking here. That'd be me. And some people were very stressed out about it. So when I asked my speaker friends, what are your New Year's goals? What kind of business goals do you have? Multiple speaker friends said, you know what? I'm not setting any goals. I'm not doing this. I'm not putting this pressure. Last year, I stressed out so much that my goal is to just not have goals. And I want you to kind of absorb that and be okay with that, because it's crazy and it keeps getting crazier. I wrote a joke that I'm not sure y'all saw in the chat because I'm not sure how much of the chat you can see, but I saw a meme that said, here we are in a new year, but we've done the 2-week trial period of 2021 and would like a refund. We're ready for 2022. It's crazy and it continues to be crazy. So reducing stress can be a goal, or you can kind of use these tools to think about letting go of those kind of personal goals and just letting the world be. In terms of the stress relievers, 2 always come out on top: Calm and Headspace. They are the ones that are listed most often as being the biggest winners in the meditation area. And one of the things that I want you to think about with these tools is that they're made for 2021. They're no longer sitting for an hour on the beach in California with your legs crossed and, letting the world go by. It's about 15 minutes to help you get focused, or half an hour to help you go to sleep, very short, very timed, very focused tools that will help you clear your mind. So this tool, Calm and Headspace always came out on top, but again, we're looking at award winners from last year, and this one made the list. It's called Calmaria, and it's a similar concept, right? It is tools to help you relax, release anxiety, change your mind, focus, breathe, and relax is its little tagline. And this one is one that a lot of people have migrated to. There is another one, and I think I have it up here, called Insight Timer. Now, unlike most of the ones I've shown you, Insight Timer has a very robust free version, and it helps you find those moments to reconnect and become more one with the universe, but in a 2021 way and not just regular old meditation. So Calmaria, Insight Timer, very cool tools. Going back to our list, this is really something that a lot of us need to focus on. It is getting more sleep. Getting more sleep. We're just not sleeping well. We didn't sleep well in 2019 before craziness happened, or in January of 2020 before the real craziness happened. We haven't been sleeping well in a while, and now it's way worse. I'm lucky again that I discovered this one through this was Google Apps. Let's see, I think it was the app of the year from Google, or it made the top list, the Google playlist. It's called Luna. And instead of your regular meditation and trying to turn off while you're laying in bed, I'm going to go over here so you can get the idea better. It's all about getting in the right mood for sleep. It's not about meditation and relaxing your toes and now focus on your knees. It's small activities that help you drown out all the things that are happening in the world and all the things that are happening in your head to get into the right spot. So the focus is what they call sleepscapes. And they're small activities that are, according to them, scientifically proven to get you in a different space. So you're going to decompress, you're going to focus on some different things. It's different activities every day. It's immersive stories with sound effects. You've got original music. All of these things are embedded in there. So it's a different approach to that concept of getting to sleep and turning your mind off. Again, I'm watching over here and making sure that I'm getting your answers to you. So if you have any other questions about what I'm talking about, please put them in the Q&A. All right, let's go to the next category, and that is, whoops, I went too far. Stick to a budget. Stick to a budget. Now, we talked for a few minutes, a couple of minutes ago, about how to save money, right? We got GoodRx, we've got Rakuten, and now let's talk about sticking to a budget. There are three that come up or two that come up all the time in this category, Mint, been an award winner for I don't even know how long. It's got a very robust free version. It's been around for a long time. Intuit bought it. The financial software company bought it, and it brings all of your money together. It helps you budget. It helps you keep track of things. Everybody loves it. This one is just hip. I'm going to say hip. I don't even think it's hip to say hip, but I said hip anyway. It's called, the cool people call it YNAB, or maybe they say YNAB. Obviously, I am not a cool person, but it's You Need a Budget. That's what it stands for. You Need a Budget. It, again, is award-winning software that keeps you on track and helps you get little things on on the right path to getting your budget. I'm going to give you a couple of more that I love because these are ones that will help you with both saving money and keeping the budget. This one's called Digit. Now, they used to be 100% free, and now they do charge a fee. But Digit is this really cute little app that chats with you about your money and helps you keep track of it. But it also squirrels away money based on your spending habits to a savings account. Now, you can see sideways this this picture. It says savings for a rainy day, a trip to Hawaii, rent, or what have you. You create these goals and it squirrels away money like $4 here and $12 there based on what you have in your account, when your account gets refilled, what bills are going out, and it pulls away money that you supposedly won't miss based on your spending habits. And it doesn't go anywhere. It just is hidden from you and taken out of your bank account and held. Now, when I used it, it was held in a separate account that I think was on their end. But as soon as you wanted it, you just said, give it back to me. And it gave it back in one lump sum. It didn't cost me anything, but now I think they charge $4.99 a month. But it analyzes your spending, helps you manage those things, and keeps you saving for those things you want to save for. I loved it when I used it. I saved about $600, put away $600 or so in a matter of months and I didn't notice it because that's what it does. It takes the money out. Now I'm going to show you another one. This one is for those of you who have partners and you're doing budgets together. This one's called Honeydew. And Honeydew, a honeydew list where you tell your honey to do all the stuff, but Honey, D-U-E. And Honeydew, what it's focused on is couples and helping two people do banking together, do managing their finances together, all kinds of things. I'll be honest with you. My husband is a bankruptcy attorney, and he has told me horror story after horror story about a couple coming in to file bankruptcy, and that being the first time that they have understood what the other person is spending and what the real financial picture is about is when they are sitting in that office with my husband and there is crying and there is accusations because one person has a gambling problem or one person has been putting all this stuff on credit cards. And this kind of tool, Honeydew, will put people together with their finances before that gets to be a problem. All right, going back to sticking to a budget and our countdown. I'm not sure which number we're on yet, but the one they talk about is focusing on spiritual health. To me, focusing on spiritual health really winds up being more about uh, our overall well-being, right? Our overall peace of mind, whatever spirituality you're looking for. That's one goal that a lot of people have. But I'm going to talk to you about one type of spiritual consciousness, maybe. I don't know what you call it. It's a little bit woo-woo, but I'm going to tell you why it's not exactly woo-woo. Gratitude. Now, when I heard people talk about gratitude be having all these benefits, I'm like, show me. I don't believe you. Show me. So this tool or this concept of gratitude has been studied in a lot of different ways. And by the way, we're coming down to the last few tools that I'm going to be sharing with you. So I want at least 3 of you to put one of your New Year's resolutions into the Q&A so that you can stump the nerd and I can help you with something besides the things we've talked about. So the benefits of gratitude are numerous. It amazed me. These are studies that have looked at the benefits of gratitude. And when I'm talking about gratitude, I'm talking about focusing on for 5 minutes every day on something you're grateful for, or people you're grateful for, or the things in your life that are good. That's it. Not a tough practice. The benefits of gratitude are emotional, social, personality, career, and health. And there, like I said, there have been a lot of studies about our long-term happiness, increasing psychological well-being, our self-esteem. I love this. Make people like us. How are we going to improve our consulting business in 2021? Make people like us, right? So these are things that I want you to consider as we look at improving your spiritual selfness, or whatever you want to call that, for a 2021 resolution. All right, so now that you know the benefits of gratitude, there are a bunch of apps out there that will do this kind of thing. This one's called Gratitude, and it's sayings every day. It's helping you, prompting you every day, and keeping you on track. Again, there's a whole bunch of these things, but frankly, between you and me, we don't need to have an app to show gratitude. So what I want you to do, I know your phones are in your hand anyway. So take your phone at this very minute. I want you to pick up your phone, and I want you to look through your contact list. I want you to find somebody in your contact list that you need to thank. And for the next 1 minute, I want you to thank at least one person, give them a sincere thank you for something they've done, at least one person. And we're going to do it in 1 minute. And if you don't want to play along, that's fine. I am going to show you a quick video about technology of a couple of years ago. So 1 minute, text 1, 2, 3 people your gratitude. Go.
Charges, receipts, invoices, statements, taxes, budgets, paperwork, pollution. There's just no getting around it. Okay then, get through it. Now from Sharp, maker of the world's most complete line of electronic calculators, the LC8. World's smallest electronic calculator by Sharp. Price tag to match. Works anywhere on battery or plug-in. LC8. Small, fast, silent. Ends paperwork pollution. LC8. World's smallest electronic calculator by Sharp. Price tag to match. $345. Complete. See it.
Only $345. Fantastic. Now, I hope you did that exercise, because if you did it and you texted somebody, you probably had enough time to both send the message and then receive a message back with someone going, "What are you doing? Are you okay? What just happened? Why are you writing this? What's going on?" Ah. So I'm glad you took that moment, or I hope you did, to share that gratitude. And again, it's 5 minutes a day of practice gratitude that will help you with your stress level, with your finances, everything, health, all of it. All right, we are down, and I've gotten some great New Year's resolutions on the Q&A. So I'm looking forward to telling you about that. Number 9 is to travel more. Oh, we got to the end of our little thing here. Number 9 is to travel more. And yeah, we'll put that one off for 2022. Number 10 on the list, as you can see, is learn a new skill. Learn a new skill. And frankly, that is something that we've got all kinds of resources for. Have you heard of a MOOC? It's a it's a massive online occupational course. No, massive online course. And you can take a course from Harvard, from Yale, from all kinds of Ivy League schools. You can take all kinds of courses online with this tool. So here is one site you can go to. It's got a bunch of different places that it'll check, but Udacity, Coursera, edX, all of them are hooked up with major universities that will, oh, let's see, it's checking me. Let me just go to edX site. Uh, thousands of free classes and some paid classes, some certifications. It's a great way to up your knowledge level in all kinds of different areas. And there's one on happiness. There are some on, a friend of mine is taking data science classes, all kinds of things. And you're auditing the class. You can probably, in a lot of cases, you can pay and get a certificate or even credit. But for the most part, you're just auditing the class and doing it to learn. Now, getting back to those concepts of all the apps that won awards last year, Jump Rope is another one. This is recipes, DIY, fitness. This is a place where all these people have put all this education that you can just have. So, how to identify plants from a photo, all about the mini bag trend, which I'm dying to know about, the world's most beautiful bookshops. So, that's about photography. And then you have like, let's see, there was one I wanted to look at, parenting. Everybody wants parenting help, right? How to make cute pom-pom ornaments, DIY cookies for the Santa plate, trick or treat or scavenger hunt from home, tracking left to right. All of these different things are people who have come here and done educational videos to help you with all kinds of things, activities to do with baby 0 to 1 month, all kinds of activities for you to just look at and try out. And like, here's DIY, crochet, make a face mask, fitness motivation bracelets, how to draw, how to make drop cloth curtains. I mean, all kinds of things for free. And it's an award-winning site. Duolingo is one of my favorite language sites. It's free. It's been around a long time. It's fantastic. I'm using an ad blocker and it doesn't like it, but it will let you learn even Klingon. Yeah. But this one is also one that just won an award. It's called Speaku, and learn a language and travel at the same time. Each level is a city. So it kind of gamifies the whole language learning thing. All right. So those were all the traditional New Year's resolutions. And now I'm going to go to the Q&A because we have quite a few of wonderful ideas. All right. Our first person said she wants to volunteer more. And I've got a couple of really passive ways to volunteer. One is called, and I'm going to come here and just show them to you, Charity Miles. So with the Charity Miles app, if you are doing any kind of exercise, you just download it. Sponsors pay to be on there. And for all of the activities you're doing, you're actually earning money for the sponsors. So Charity Miles is one. There's another one called Wolf Tracks. And Wolf Tracks is the same concept, but you get to choose a shelter that it benefits. So you're taking your dogs out for a walk, which you have to do anyway, and your shelter will benefit because the sponsors will pay the shelter depending on how much you do. And then there's one called Be My Eyes. Love this one. Again, these are all things you do with your phone for activities that you're already doing. Be My Eyes, it hooks you up with a person who is visually impaired. So you're kind of on call kind of thing. It'll give you a notification. But if somebody like a blind or a low vision person requests assistance, so somebody like a person who is colorblind and can't see blue socks from black socks, they will get on here and ask for help. And then you will be on a video call with them helping see them, be my eyes. And people help read prescriptions, find, look for money and distinguish money and just help them out with vision impaired kind of things. So those are 3 ways you can use apps to do more volunteer work. How to spend less time on social media was the next one. Boy, do I love this one. This is called Stay Focused. Let's see. Stay Focused. It's missing the E. This is a Chrome plugin. I actually use it because I have trouble. See, I've got it set up. But what Stay Focused does is it lets you set up the sites that you spend too much time on. Like one of the places I spend too much time is another place where it's I can do good. It's Free Rice. And when you play Free Rice, they've got geography games and vocabulary games and all kinds of things. When I'm on Free Rice, there's a little red button that pops up over here. And it says it'll count down from 10 minutes. This is the Stay Focused app. And so I have set this as one that I can't waste more than 10 minutes a day on. And all of the ones you set as ones you don't want to visit are up to 10 minutes a day altogether. So let me go to the settings and let's say, okay, well, it's, there's a bunch of things going on in the news right now, and I'd like to keep track of them. And I've blocked some news sites. So I really want 15 minutes a day that I can goof off and read these things because it's important. And I click set. And then it says, you're trying to give yourself more time. Are you sure that's a good idea? Maybe you should reconsider. Are you sure you want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, you're not the boss of me. And I say, okay. And then it says, seriously, dude, the whole point of this extension is to stop you from procrastinating. You're only hurting yourself and the kitten that gets an electric shock every time you click okay. Are you sure you can live with yourself? I'm not going to hurt a kitten, so I cancel. Now, obviously, this is ridiculous. I'm not actually hurting a kitten, but it gives me that 1 second of concept of extra thought before I stay all day on social media or read the news and keep refreshing the page or what have you. 1 extra second of consideration so that I know I don't need to be there. Let's see. Someone says how to stay focused to study for a professional exam. Oh my gosh, how much do I love this? So I'll go to the main site, Marinara Timer. The Marinara Timer is what I use. I actually use just regular timers, but this is a site that does it. Anybody ever heard of the Pomodoro technique? The Pomodoro technique was created, has to do with this thing right here. The Pomodoro technique was created by a guy in Italy who had a kitchen timer shaped like a tomato. And guess what tomato is in Italian? Pomodoro. So he would take that kitchen timer and set it on the kitchen counter and set it for 25 minutes. And then he would put it down and start working. He would do only one thing in that 25 minutes. One thing. He wouldn't go to the bathroom. He wouldn't answer email. He wouldn't, if the kid knocked at the door, he would completely ignore it. One thing for 25 minutes. And then that timer would go off and he could go do other things. It's been said that when we are deep in a task and we are interrupted, it can take 23 minutes for us to get back to the place we were. So if you are studying for a professional exam, you can use the Pomodoro technique to focus. So this is the site, the Pomodoro technique site. You don't need it. I use a timer. But if you're doing it, I like to do this with a group as well. And we set up custom timers. And then this site, so if you wanted to do a traditional one, like 25 minutes is too short for the kind of things that I do, because I have a lot of content that I'm doing. So I get deep into it and 25 minutes won't work. So I do hour and a half ones. But you can click this and start the Pomodoro. and you see that link, now I can share that link with everybody else on my team. And I can say, instead of having yet another meeting like this, let's all get together and do the Pomodoro technique and get some things done. All right. Eat more plant-based protein and less animal-based protein. So yes, that one. I don't have, what I have for you in that category is a site to help you find restaurants. Happy Cow is a vegan and vegetarian restaurant finder. And I really love this. It's very helpful to me to be able to understand where these places are. My husband went through a period of time where when he was training for an Ironman, he didn't go vegan. He went more caveman, but we ate a lot of plant-based protein. So we use this tool, happycow.net, to find vegan and vegetarian restaurants in our area. So Sunflower Bakehouse is vegan. It's fantastic. Graze the Beehive, and it'll tell you which places are 100% vegan or what have you, but it'll also tell you some of the other restaurants that have a strong vegan portion. All right, Zero Inbox. Good luck with that. Zero Inbox. I'm going to introduce you to one that I haven't tried out yet, but this one is incredibly seductive, let's say. So these are the people who founded Basecamp. Y'all remember Basecamp? It's kind of the grandfather of project management tools. So Basecamp has been around. It's been one of the longest standing cloud-based tools that has ever been. Hey was founded from those people, and Hey is an email tool that helps you get to inbox zero, but more than that, it helps you organize things. So they have something they call the M box, which is the important stuff. And they manage the files in there. It helps you get organized. Right now, they only have individual. The Hey for Work is launching publicly this quarter, and it's going to be $12 per user per month, but then you get the actual work email that you can integrate into it. And it's got workflows to help you with those tasks and automate some of the things. It blocks the pixels so people don't know, like even my newsletter, I know when you open it because of the pixel tracking that's in there. And then it's highly private and that kind of thing. I love looking at the features. Screen emails like you screen calls, collaborate without the CCs and side threads, all kinds of different things with rethinking email. So inbox zero is something you're just going to have to work on yourself in terms of getting in a habit of clearing that out. But managing your email in a different way is something that this can do. Let's see. Somebody says, can I address any new apps for time management, organizing emails, increasing business network? Just some great business tools. Let me tell you about something that for those of us who are small teams, which many of us are, this one is taking the world by storm, and the world meaning first the tech companies, but a lot of small businesses are using Notion. Now, y'all remember Evernote, right? Evernote is the one that's a note-taking app that keeps all of your stuff together. Notion is a replacement on steroids for Evernote. It is a workspace. There's a concept out there about the wiki, right? You know what Wikipedia is, but a wiki is a gathering of all that knowledge. And the gathering of the institutional knowledge for your consultancy is very important, right? So you need to kind of think about all of the things you know and how you would transfer that knowledge and how you share that knowledge with somebody else on your team. So Notion is that workspace. And it's everything from how we handle new customers to where we buy our coffee. It is all those pieces and parts that are brought together under one roof. And it's project management, and it's task management, and it's communication. Another thing that has been really helpful to me in the new year is what in the past 6 months is co-meet. Again, these meetings are killing us. They waste our time, and we're not getting anything done while we're on them, and they're just really hard. My manager is just had a baby in July, and then she has another young child. It was hard enough with the one young child when she had daycare sometimes, but now she can't have daycare because of COVID. It's impossible for us to have a meeting. So we use co-meet, and co-meet is asynchronous meetings that allow you to do a up to 2 minute overview of what's going on. And then people in their own time get there and watch what's going on and get that information. All right. Someone says, get my office space decluttered and physically organized. I got a resource for that. I have been hiring people off of here for a while. I actually hired a personal trainer who Zooms with my husband and I for about a half an hour twice a week, and it's fantastic. But Thumbtack has thousands, depending on where you live. If you live in a bigger area, you've got a lot more options. But it's a resource for finding people to help you with physical tasks. I hired somebody to come in and do hair and makeup and photography when I did a virtual photo shoot. So somebody in New York was actually shooting me while I was speaking on a computer. And then I had a photographer here and hair and makeup before that to help me with that. And I hired them all off of Thumbtack. I haven't hired organizers, but I've hired handy people. I've hired videographers. I've hired all kinds of people from Thumbtack, and you don't have to pay a surcharge. They pay to be on the site, and you can look at their reviews and you give bids and that kind of thing. So very handy. All right. I have answered all the questions. I hope I've answered all the questions to your satisfaction in the chat or in the Q&A. Does anybody else have anything? If not, I will turn it back. As they're saying a lot today, I may yield the floor to the gentle person from somewhere else. Let's see. Any other questions?
I don't have any from our end. So I do want to say thank you, Beth. This has been really great. We talked a little bit before we started this afternoon about all of our personal, like what we did prior to all these apps and how we've been able to use them. And I've learned a lot about some really great ideas that I'm looking forward to trying out myself. So I also wanted to thank our sponsors for today. Again, we've already thanked Continental, but now we have a moment to thank BOF Corporation. So let's hear a minute from them.
Manufacturing gravity flow shelving is our only business. That's all we do. So some folks, they provide some wire subcontracted shelves with their doors. Plastic providers can do shelf toppers. Our only focus is shelving, so we're the only company that can do all new shelving solutions as well as retrofits. Why BOF? It's so that we make sure we capture your profitability. Our customers have told us countless times that it's paid for itself in under 1 year via your increased sales, reduced restocking labor, and improved FIFO inventory. With over 60 years experience, we've basically tailored 3 basic product lines into each market we serve. It's VersaRack with convenience stores, Milk Mover with grocery stores, and Nylotrack with beer and liquor stores. VersaRack is our product line used at convenience stores and travel stops because there's such a wide array of merchandise. You have to have those 1/8" adjustments, and we can do that with either VersaSlide or VersaRoll. The 2 new huge product improvements we have is dual access glide sheets removal for cleaning. The other big innovation we have is using our narrow 1-inch upright. This allows you to gain facings with 20-ounce soda, so you have 10 facings now. And the other great benefit is even with some of the other categories, Monster, Gatorade, and 1 liters, they get really, really tight. So having that extra ½ inch of shelf space really makes everything flow well, and your set people don't have to do everything absolutely perfect. Milk Mover is our most widely used product line in 85% of grocery chains across the US and Canada. And we've grown so much because you're only as clean as your dairy, and we have a lot of spill technologies with our glide sheets, our drip trays and casters to be able to remove everything away. Similarly, like VersaRack, we can use 2 glide sheets and we can get from the back and change them out without having to take merchandise off the shelf. NanoTrack is BOF's original product line that stood the test of time because it can go deeper than any other product solution. We can go all the way up from 3 to 10 foot deep, so we can handle the largest beer volumes around the country. We use different types of track. We've got slide track for 6-packs and roll track for larger cases of beer. Beer caves are growing very fast with us because probably our biggest differentiating factor is we're the only company to go any depth and any width in this space. Usually there's only 48-inch wide nominal widths with pallet racking that's only 22 inches deep. We can do 36, 48 inches deep, and we do 4, 5, and 6 foot nominal widths, and we can custom configure to pretty much any width and depth that you need to maximize your merchandising space. At BOF Corporation, our latest innovation is our grocery mover. As we know, grocery pickup and delivery is exponentially growing in today's world. So we can still do a lot of the great flexible features we have in terms of sizing, and we have great lead times. We pride ourselves in our customer service. So it's our goal to exceed your customer service as the way you define it. That way we hope to earn your gravity flow shelving business. We've seen a lot over the last 60 years. We've got a lot of consistent themes that have stood the test of time and a lot of good, innovative, new ideas to put together. So take some time, reach out to us. We can either do a digital meeting or an in-person meeting for you.
Okay. Thank you again for joining us today. Thank you again to Continental and to BOF for your support. I would like to also thank Beth for her time today. Don't forget to join us for the January happy hour on January 24th at 5 p.m. And subscribe to our On Tap podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Thanks again for joining us for this BizEssentials webinar, and we're looking forward to seeing you next month. Thank you very much.